Hi Beatle people! So today is Pattie Boyd's birthday. She was born in 1945. I love Pattie. She and Linda are my favorite Beatle wives. I just love her whole life before she met George Harrison, and I've read a little bit of Wonderful Tonight, and her life seems, after that, it seems just as amazing. She was only 20 when she met George on the set of A Hard Day's Night. She said that George asked her to marry him, which is very strange in my opinion. She thought he was joking, but it turns out he wasn't. He's very strange in my opinion, due to she was had something going on with her boyfriend Eric, but the second time George asked, she said yes. Any girl would. George and Pattie's relationship is something to look up to. They were the rock star couple of the 1960s. I look up to her as an icon, and I adore her. I adore her life. I adore how she brought up. I just love her fashion. I love that she had a career before she met George, and she didn't let him get in the way, kind of, because with Jane, she just, she was so focused on her career, she couldn't be a girlfriend or fiancé to Paul without it interfering, kind of, and I think that's what brought them farther apart. But the fact that Pattie was so focused on her career and still pursued it, even though she was married to a Beatle, is something to look up to. If you hate Pattie for leaving George for Eric Clapton, you kind of gotta hate John for leaving Cynthia for Yoko. And I'm sure none of you hate John, because you just don't. I guess Pattie's was a little bit more devious because George and Eric were friends while Cynthia and Yoko weren't. But it's still kind of the same thing. People fall in and out of love, and it just happens. Now, don't get me wrong there. I don't think in any way that John should have cheated on Cynthia, left Julian, any of all that stuff. And I don't think George should have cheated on Pattie. But then again, Pattie cheated on George. I really don't know where to go with this. Everybody is in the wrong here. Today I went to a record show with some awesome people, and we had an awesome time because there's so much stuff, and I kind of went crazy. The thing is, when you give me a lot of money, I tend to spend it all in one place. Venus and Mars by Paul McCartney, Living in the Material World by George Harrison, and it opens up like so. Infinite Rider by Michael Nesmith, and I was so happy to find this because even though this isn't Beatles related, Michael Nesmith is extremely hard and extremely rare to find. Ram, I got this for $8 and it's in amazing condition. Oh my god. More of the Monkees by the Monkees. I kind of had an inner debate in my head whether to buy this or not, because I was going to have Mike sign it, but I totally forgot he hates this album. They released it without the Monkees' permission. I didn't have this before. What I wanted to do is get all the Beatles albums and then get Abbey Road last, but my record collection it feels empty without this. McCartney by Paul McCartney. I've never seen this album in this condition. The record is in immaculate condition, and it is quite rare. So, yay! I only got it for $5, and he gave it to me for $4. Roger Daltrey Creamy, George Harrison, Cloud 9. Oh my God! It's the Monkees! Oh my God! By far, the most amazing thing I got was this Imagine Deluxe thingy majiggy. The record itself is cool. This is a laminated cover, and then this is the sleeve. The sleeve has all the lyrics to every single song. It's amazing, let me tell you. And then it has every person who helped make this album what it is. Just in what they did. Like Klaus Vormann. They have George Harrison on here. They have Nicky Hopkins. They have Joey and Tommy from Badfinger. What song they credited on. Look at the actual record. It's John Lennon's face. John Lennon holding a pig. And then here's the poster that is so cool of John Lennon in his house. And it stretches out like this. It is so cool. Probably the most coolest John Lennon solo thing I'll ever have. Imagine is probably my favorite John Lennon album. Mainly because I love the documentary that they put together for it. I love that George Harrison was on the album. Oh Yoko is probably one of my favorite songs ever, and I love it. And I love Crippled Inside, and I can just go on about Imagine. So for economics class, we had to do a project, and we had to kind of make a poster board of some sort, and then post a bunch of pictures of our product on there, like how it's advertised, who it's marketed to, how it's marketed, and stuff like that. So I was like, how am I going to make this a fun project? So I chose the bass Hofner, partially because it's the Hofner and it's awesome and it would be a dream to have one, and secondly because Paul McCartney, because I could put Paul McCartney on the poster so everybody could look at it right when they walk in, because I would do a project just so kids can see Paul McCartney every day. Alright, Beatle fans, that's it for this week. I hope to see you next Sunday, because that's probably when I'm going to start posting my videos. And yeah, if you ever have any requests or questions, just ask me down below, and have a great week. Bye, Beatle fans.